Okay, is it just me, or does it seem like Karens are becoming a lot more ballsy lately? Since the wild decided to go to they've just been popping up everywhere, complaining about everything and being racist, and of course just not wearing their masks. But as the saying goes, what is a queen without her king? Or in this case, a Karen without her Terry. Like, I just want to gag even saying that. It's the most cringe thing I've ever said in my whole life on this channel. Someone just take me out right now, it's over. What is up, you guys? Hope you're having an awesome day. I'm your host, Eamon Hassan, and welcome back to another video. Before we get into it, leave a comment down below to let me know if you've ever encountered a Karen or a Terry just out in the wild. Just to catch you all up to speed, Terry is the male version of Karen, not Ken, not Richard, apparently not Keith either, which is where my bets were, just Terry. Don't ask me why, it is what it is. These people are extra fun because in addition to racism, health crisis denial, and arrogance, they also have male privilege, which if you're a woman, you know how scary that can be when weaponized. And with that, let's get into it. These are the top 10 scary Terry freakouts. Starting us off at number 10 is Verizon Terry. Now this Terry decided to terrorize some poor Verizon employee, and honestly for the most part they're always attacking some employee or another. I honestly don't even know how this one started, but luckily the employee managed to get him out of the store and locked the doors on him, which obviously only made him even more mad, but you gotta do what you gotta do. You know, it is what it is. But then this Terry decided to escalate the situation a whole lot more, screaming through the glass and banging on it, screaming that the product sucks and calling the employee an effing N-word. Oh, and as a cherry on top, he also threatened the employee to fight him. And honestly, if you've ever worked in retail, this literally isn't even that uncommon, but it's scary every time it happens, especially when the guy's face seems to be as red as his shirt. What's up with that? Coming in at number 9 is Deodorant Terry. So this guy literally pulled an Ariana Grande on a deodorant display. And I mean, licking anything in public is just disgusting enough, but come on, this happened back in March when the health crisis was just starting and everyone was still being super careful and cautious. Except for this guy, apparently. He literally put so many people's health at risk just for like a TikTok or something, internet clout. Come on, Terry, is that really worth it? You're gonna lick all these things? It actually reminds me of this Karen my sister encountered at the store she owns. She came in complaining about a pair of slippers being the wrong size, and obviously because of COVID and everything there was no return policy, and she got so mad just cursing at everyone and saying it was a policy, and then she went to the shoe display and touched every single slipper and said, if I have coronavirus, so does everyone else, and then left. I would punch her so hard. At number 8 we have Bus Terry. Now due to the lack of mask on his face and the ongoing health pandemic, this Terry had to get dragged off of a bus because he was endangering people around him. Literally, guys, come on. If you're in a public space, wear a mask, especially if you're in a crowded bus. Nobody wants to get close to you to begin with, but they will if it means protecting everyone else. If you don't want to obey the rules, fine, just don't fight back if you're asked to leave. If you watch the video, it literally takes like 5 people to calm this guy down. And look at those leg moves at the beginning. What even is that? He looks like he's the kind of guy who will fight for any tiny little thing as long as he gets his way, which is the perfect definition of a Terry. Filling at number 7 slot is Licky Terry. Kinda has a nice ring to it until you realize how horrific the act truly is. I thought the previous deodorant licking Terry was just possessed enough to do that, but yet another Terry decided to just lick products at a store. But this time, Terry licked ice cream. Like food that other people are gonna eat. He just felt like he needed an ice cream break, I guess, from all the disturbing he was doing, so he went to a store, opened the ice cream tub, licked it, dug his fingers into it, and then just put it back like he never did anything. And again, all during a global pandemic. Thank God that this guy ended up getting arrested, and extra thank God that Canada has different regulations and all ice cream is actually properly sealed, so we don't have to deal with that. America, catch up. Come on now. Now number 6 is Disturbing Terry. This self-entitled ass Terry decided that this other guy just is not allowed to enjoy his day. This dude was literally just vibing, having the time of his life, and Terry, the fun police over here, was like, not on my watch. Fun? Hell no. He literally just approached him, threw a punch directly into his head, and just threw him off of his chair. He then kept hitting him and kicking him in his genital area while the guy was just laying there trying to protect himself, because what else are you gonna do in that situation? Thankfully, a cop was nearby and almost immediately showed up and pulled this gun on the guy, and I'm not an advocate of guns by any means, but at least this Terry got arrested. Like, what kind of person just decides to throw hands for no reason? Coming in at number 5 is Karma Terry. This guy got his ass handed to him by Karma herself. Bonus points for him looking like a redneck leprechaun. So this guy decided to punch the driver of a car, who knows why he did it, he just did, and then starts yelling at both him and the girl who's recording the video, yelling that he has a kid. I don't know how that's relevant, but okay. When the girl asks why he would want to go to jail for assault if he has a kid, he thinks he's really smart and shouts back, "Who goes to jail for assaulting a grown man?" Well, buddy, you do, idiot. At number 4 is Racist Terry. This Terry saw a group of young black men at an office building's gym, and just by looking at them decided they had no right to be there. Except, fun fact, they literally owned an office in that building, so they had every right to be there. He kept demanding information from them, taking pictures and videos of them, and he even ended up calling 911. Exaggeration and dramatization of the century. This Terry in the video later tried to defend himself, saying that only one of the guys used the key fob to get into the building. I mean, was each person supposed to let themselves in separately, even if they came as a group? Whatever way Terry tried to paint it, there's no denying that this Terry is definitely a racist. You can't decide if someone has a right to be somewhere or not based on their skin color. Everyone is equal, and I will literally spread that message till I die. Filling at number 3 slot is Street Terry, a bit of Street Terry. This guy decided to take his Terryness to the streets when he had a serious case of road rage, and instead of actually trying to get out of the situation that made him so angry, he just slammed right into it. Literally. He swerved his pickup into the car beside him because he wanted to change lanes and just continued to accelerate, pushing the car even further away. Because what do you do if you can't overtake in a lane? Apparently you just push the car just right off the road. He ended up getting out of his truck and approached the other driver looking to start a fight, but can you guess his surprise when he found out he had ran into an undercover deputy's car? Oh Terry, when will you ever learn? Now at number 2 is Liar Terry. This one combines my two just least favorite things, the people of Walmart and Terry. So this idiot Terry, who for whatever reason went to a Walmart and lied about having COVID. Not that he said he didn't have it when he did, I mean at least that's understandable, you don't want to freak people out or cause a scene. He said he did have it when he didn't, which is like, why? That literally just causes unnecessary panic and doesn't get you anything, except of course felony charges for perpetrating a hoax, which this guy got slammed with. That's what you get for being a Terry. Also, I wasn't encouraging you guys to say you don't have COVID if you do. Definitely tell people you have COVID if you had COVID, please. And finally, at number 1 is McTerry. This ancient Terry just could not wait any longer for his McDonald's. Literally, he got out of his car and confronted a woman who had merged forward before him because he thought he should go first. Of course, he started yelling at her because that's what bitter old men do, but then he decided it was appropriate to call her racial slurs, which is super messed up in any situation, let alone over your bloody McDonald's. And then he tried to punch her through an open car door, which, oh yeah, he wouldn't even let her close. Like, dude, she's already in front of you, just let her go. You aren't gonna get ahead of her just by being a disappointing excuse of a human being. And after all of that, he left the line, so he didn't even get his freaking Filet-O-Fish or whatever he went there to buy. Well, there you are, you guys. That is the end of today's video. I literally don't understand people like this. Go to therapy. It helps the best and the worst of us, I promise you. And Terry's, maybe just stay away from Karens and vice versa. We don't need any little Terry Karen babies running around, you know what I mean? And now for the comment shout out part of the video, I'm gonna be shouting out comments from top 10 abandoned Six Flags parks. This one's from ISO Eno, who says excellent pronunciation of Lake Pontchartrain. Thank you. When things are hard to pronounce, I always Google obviously how to pronounce them in like their native language, and if I can't find it, then I'll just try my best and kind of butcher it. But thank you, I did try. Next one is from Alexa Plays, it's your girl, who says, question, Eamon, how do you keep your hair looking so good? I mean, it's not looking good today. I usually try and shower the night before I'm going to work, then straighten my hair, and then just curl it in the morning. That's my go-to routine, really. I feel like I've become a lot more lazy with my hair this year, because, you know, I have an excuse, global pandemic and all. But thank you, it means a lot. This one is from Random Channel, who said the little hee-hee, gotta love Eamon. That's like the, even producer Chris is laughing, that's like the soundtrack of my entire life. Like if you're just outside my house, you'll just be hearing like hee-hee. That's what I literally do. Even coming up the stairs to film, I'm like hee 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 hee. And the last one is from Leo the Lizard, who said Eamon has the most wholesome cringe. Is this a compliment or an insult? I don't even know. I'm gonna take this as a compliment and say thank you. I like being wholesomely cringy. And that is it, you guys. I've been your host for this one, Eamon Hassan, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye. She came in complaining about a pair of slippers being the wrong size and ovs because of This guy got his ass. So this idiot Terry, who for whatever reason. Oops. Are you okay there?
Yeah, I dropped my ball.